It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. KFI AM 640, it's Conway Show. Sorry for the late start there. Sorry, man. You know, we usually jump right on that song, but we're a couple seconds late. I apologize. I know we got a lot of sticklers that say, oh, you got to start that show on time. You got to start on time.
What was the problem?
I was talking to you. I delayed, talking to you. It was like 3 seconds. But you know what? I was listening to Mark Thompson's show. He gave us a nice shout out. Do we have that audio? Or can I play that?
Do we have it?
I'll play it for you.
Do you have it?
I have it, yeah. But Mark Thompson on his program gave us a nice shout out. And I thought that was cool. Didn't you?
Well, I didn't hear it, one. And did he give all of us a shout out or just you?
Well,
because that would change my opinion if it was
nice. Let's not get crazy, God almighty. It's always about you guys. Yeah.
Really, it kind of seems like it's never about us.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay, here it is. Let me play it for you. It's always about you. I can't really find it. Here's an in-house GoFundMe. Is that it? No, that's not it.
No.
Steph, is that chicken cup noodles, man?
You know it.
Classic, babe.
I can't find it. I don't know where it is.
Was it in your email?
Okay, I know where to find it.
Should we just wait, or what should we do?
Yeah, you wait.
So, is that chicken?
Is this it?
Cup noodles?
Okay,
Yeah.
Here it is. I got it. Okay. All right, here's Mark Thompson.
It's tough for me to say the P word, as you know.
Rat body part?
Mm-hmm. Body, yeah, his private part. Yeah. World's first successful rat private part transplant today. Must be true. Facebook is all facts. Yeah, they got rid of, we told you that story, I think a couple days ago. They've gotten rid of the fact checkers at Facebook. And who needs fact checkers when everything is all accurate?
That's right.
On social media. Shout out to Tim Conway Jr., says Luis, for his extraordinary coverage of the fires. Such useful info and dedication. Think Timmy was on like 10 hours on the first day. Yeah. So true, Luis. Big shout out, and big shout out to Conway, too. Conway really did step up in such a big way here in Southern California on KFI Radio. Tim, as you know, is like a family member to me. I love him, and I love the work he did, and he really did distinguish himself. You know, he's funny, and he's smart, and he's...
Thank you.
He's like a jazz pianist. You just
That's right.
the mic.
No, I mean, but he only said he's like a jazz pianist because that's what I say about myself.
Winning.
Yeah, I'm sort of a jazz pianist.
Oh.
Is it jazz pianist or jazz pianist?
I believe you.
Pianist.
With the T, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yours is without the T, though.
Really?
I didn't hear my name.
You are what you eat.
I was there that whole night with you, working overnight. No?
I thought you were home that night.
Working, buddy.
I don't know. In your bed with a robe on and your slippers.
Well, it doesn't matter where I did the work or how I was dressed.
Where's a
I
robe
was
in
there.
bed?
You know, Mark Thompson came in. We'll get to the show. We got 3 hours. But Mark Thompson came in the other day. Oh, no, I can't say that story on the air. Oh, he told me not to.
I'm surprised you caught yourself.
But anyway, he was okay. I can change it. He went to some kind of doctor or appointment, and the doctor or whoever he was having the appointment with was late, and it was like for the third time, and he got pissed that the doctor or lawyer, somebody was late for the third time. And Belly and I looked at each other like, wow, this guy comes in here late all the
time. No self-reflection.
No, just none. None at all. And we're like, wow, is this guy really saying this? Oh, that's great. You may have heard that Trump mentioned my name. I think that's kind of cool.
He did?
What?
Yeah, I was on TV.
Is that the trans bill?
I'm not... No, it wasn't the trans bill, but I am an ally of the trans community, so I'm kind of torn between the new rule where women play women's sports. I'm like, I don't know who came up with that, but what are we, 1978, where women play women's sports? God almighty. But I was on with Alex Michelson and going after a guy who was teaching his kid how to swim, and he thought throwing the kid in the pool and letting him figure it out himself.
That's what my dad did with me.
Yeah, okay, I
me.
understand that some people work that way. I get it.
Sure.
I don't.
Yeah.
When my daughter went to swim lessons, my wife dropped her off, and I was going to go pick her up. But I wanted to go early, and I got off work early, so I got there about 5 minutes after she did. My wife had already split, and then so all the kids were there, and the teacher and everything, the lifeguards, and one of the swim teachers put my daughter in the pool, and my daughter couldn't swim, and I saw her struggling and crying and screaming, and I jumped in the pool and grabbed her, and I said, "No, that's not how you teach a kid to swim." And I pulled the kid out of that class. I pulled my daughter out of that class.
This was like a formal swimming class.
Yes.
And that's the method.
That's how they did it up in Oregon.
Yeah, that's
I wasn't into it at all. And so I developed a special bond with my daughter that day. She always knew that if there was trouble in the house, that I'd throw her back in that pool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I went after the guy on TV, and Trump commented on it. I thought that was kind of cool, right? Let's play the audio. Maybe you guys agree or disagree. I don't know.
Good job. Tim.
Yep.
Tim.
Thank you.
I watched you on television the other day. You were
thank you.
unbelievable. You ripped that guy apart.
Thank you.
Man, that poor guy, he started getting a little fresh
Yeah,
with Tim, and
I
Tim
don't like
just
that.
ripped him apart. That was big.
Thank you, man. I
I
appreciate
actually
it.
left a message.
I know. I got your message. I got it.
That's good. Great job, Tim.
Thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
What did the president mean by that guy was getting fresh with you?
He was referring to something else. There was a guy trying to French kiss me over at the TV station.
What an exciting day for you.
Yeah, it was odd.
Wow.
Actually, just a typical day for me.
Oh, you get that a lot, do you?
Yeah, guys like to French me.
Is that right? All right.
I don't know what it is.
Where do the other countries get involved?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I mean, look, there's some kind of appeal there, I guess.
Maybe it's the flannel. Were you wearing flannel?
Look at that.
No, I think it's the thin lips so they can get in tight.
Ugh.
Yoicks in a way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So. That's the biggest reaction we ever got out of Foosh, ever. That's great, man. Guy hasn't had that big a reaction since he left Argentina. Look at that, man. Oh, man. He went nuts. He used the whole J word. I get in trouble for that.
J word. Jesus.
We got to replay that. That's classic. Buddy, you get the star for the day, Foosh. No matter what you do, you can fall asleep during the show and you still get the star for today.
Just today.
All right, we'll regroup. We'll start over here. This sucks. We'll start over.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
All right, let's get into the Super Bowl. It's this weekend. Big parties, big game. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. I enjoy that game. I don't care who's playing. I love it. I love it. All right, let's talk about the three-peat. It could be Kansas City. 3 in a row.
On a coach way back in the late 1980s, well, he trademarked the three-peat phrase for apparel, posters, mugs, things of that nature, and he didn't even get the job done. I mean, our Chiefs are going to get the job done on Sunday. His team couldn't get the job done, yet he has this trademark. So what you see here on Union Station, up on the walls here, well, we can't really see that on shirts.
You know, Charlie Hustle, we're a storytelling brand, right?
Yeah, I guess Pat Riley owns the term three-peat. So nobody can put it on a shirt without paying Pat Riley some money.
Biggest story going right now is the Chiefs have a chance to make history and win 3 straight Super Bowls. Unheard of.
But they will be forced to tell this story a little differently than they'd like.
Everything that's red. We came out last Monday with the Kansas City versus the world.
This isn't the first time Greg Moore and his team here at Charlie Hustle have ran into this issue. In fact, it was last year on the run-up to our back-to-back titles that they traveled down a similar path.
We did release run it back shirts, and this.
All right, who cares? All right, let's get into the prices. The prices are dropping. Hotels, everything is going down, so you might be able to afford going to the Super Bowl.
Tickets to the game might be going down, finding a place to stay Well, that's still going to cost you. Back on Monday, the Kansas City Chiefs announced their all-inclusive package to the Super Bowl was nearly $19,000 per person.
Wow.
But on Friday, that price dropped to under $16,000 without the flight. The part of the trip that seems to be dropping is the game ticket.
Opening night, when it first happened, you were looking at the, $6,000 to $7,000 range to kind of get in.
And that's like a really crappy seat. You pay $5, $6, $7 for like the worst seat in the house.
Prices have dropped a little bit this week, so it's already down to about $5,000 to get in.
And prices are well below what fans were paying on secondary markets last year for the Super Bowl in Las Vegas.
Because nobody has any money. I mean, why are you going to pay $6,000 when you can spend $500 on a TV set that's beautiful? I saw a TV set $1,500 at Walmart the other day, or maybe it was $900. I don't know what it was. It was a good deal though. It's a 98-inch TV set. 98-inch TV set for like $1,400 or $1,500. You could buy that, put it in your house, get yourself a nice big ass comfortable couch for another $1,500, and have that for the rest of for 5 or 10 years instead of going to the game. And you're gonna have a better seat at home than you are in the top levels of that stadium.
Part of that could be this year's game isn't in a new venue, but back in New Orleans, and the Superdome holds about 20,000 more fans. But there's a catch.
We have never in the history of our documentation and data collection seen anything this high.
Sports Management Research Institute started tracking economic development for the NFL 30 years ago. It says hotels usually run 3 to 4 times higher than an average stay. But now that figure is more like 8 times your average price.
How about that? So instead of $300 a night, it's $2,400 a night?
Kathleen Davis says it's a factor of New Orleans' relatively low hotel room supply and demand.
I have never seen average daily rates in the $4,500, $5,000 a night, which could, if you're looking at a 3-night minimum stay.
Wait, how much a night? She say $4,500?
$5,000 a night.
$5,000 a night?
In the $4,500, $5,000 a night.
Wow, $5,000 a night. And you're not even going to be in the hotel very often. If you're in New Orleans, you're in the hotel maybe 7 hours a day, maybe 8 to sleep. And then you get out. There's a billion things to do.
Which could, if you're looking at a 3-night minimum stay, that's an enormous number. That's an enormous investment.
Davis says hotel prices often drop a couple days before the game if they go unbooked, but she's not so sure that'll happen this year. And Tickets for Less says you may still have time to price shop game tickets. Just make sure you're getting what you pay for from a reputable source.
Yeah, you can still go. There's still prices that are affordable. You can go and get yourself a hotel and get yourself a room, and a couple of tickets to the game.
Everyone's trying to find that deal because it's, saving 10, 15% can be a huge amount.
Right.
But at the same time, if it's looking too good, it could also be on the flip side of being fraud, and you want to be careful.
So I did check flights as well, and it'll be a little more expensive to fly than it was down there on Friday night, but otherwise, you should still be able to get that round-trip flight for around $800 or so.
$800. All right. And I remember I was on with over at Channel 11, and I was arguing with a guy. I said, hey, flights are pretty expensive still, and hotels are pretty expensive. And the guy says, no, it's pretty cheap. And we had it out, and then the president reacted to it.
Good job. Tim.
Thank you.
Tim,
Thank you.
I watched you on television the other day. You
that's
were
cool.
unbelievable. You ripped that guy apart.
Well, he was saying...
Man, that poor guy, he started getting a little fresh with Tim, and Tim just ripped him apart. That was beautiful.
It was over the Super Bowl.
I actually left a message.
I know. I got it on my phone.
That's good. Great job, Tim.
Thank you. All right.
Thank
you, man. Thank you, President. Yeah, that's some audio, man. That's great. Mentions me. That's kind of a cool man. I never thought I'd be mentioned by the President of the United States. Hey, make it. I don't care. Republican, Democrat, who it is, man. The President mentions you. Woo! You get a charge out of that. Some charge. All right, when we come back, we have our first guest. Michael Monks is coming on with us. LA City Council is moving to address serious gaps in street vending. The street vending program. People are pissed.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
You notice that the inclement weather has brought out flannel in everybody.
Yeah, you and Bellio are looking, like a couple of rodeo king and queens.
That's right. That's right. Now I know people. This is radio and they can't see this, but is that pajamas you're wearing?
I am. These are adult clothing.
Adult clothing
from famous retailer Macys. But Bill Handel was here today as well, and he made fun of me also. I mean, it's a very nice woven hoodie with some lovely, patterned pants.
Bellio's going to take a shot of that for social media.
Let the audience be the judge. I'm a middle-aged man having a little fun.
But there's a store up in Topanga Plaza that I thought you bought that at. What's the name of that store? Whoops, I'm Casual.
I'll have you know, Cincinnati Magazine once wrote an article about my fashion sense being legendary.
Is that right?
Cincinnati, yes, Crozier knows.
Really?
Cincinnati Magazine. Okay, they don't write about just anybody in Cincinnati Magazine.
Do you still have that? I bet you do.
It's framed.
It's framed. That is great. What a brag.
Indeed.
Yeah. Now, but I'm hoping the framing was filled with irony and not pride.
It's my proudest achievement.
Okay.
There was a pictorial that went along.
and Croce saw the pictures. I looked great.
You did.
What was it? A members only shirt?
No, I'm younger than you, so I didn't wear those. I didn't wear those jackets.
Okay. What was your go-to?
A cardigan sweater is what I was known for the most.
Oh, okay.
Cardigans. Yeah.
All right. That makes sense.
But it's Hoodie Wednesday for me here.
Yeah, because cardigans are huge in Ohio. My dad wore cardigans.
Yeah, I love a cardigan. I love a summer cardigan, and you can wear a cardigan in the summer here. The climate is so nice that you can wear a sweater, a light sweater, even in the summer.
You see a lot of cardigans, the elderly couples walking to the Hollywood Bowl where the guy will have a cardigan on.
Yeah, and so sometimes I'll walk with a limp just to, sell it a little more.
That's right. All right, let's talk about street lights or street vending. Which one do you want to do first?
Well, let's start with the street vending situation. I mean, if you live in LA, you see people on the side of the road, on the street, selling their wares, whatever truck these items fell off of, I don't know. But I have to admit, even I sometimes will patronize because they got my deodorant there a few bucks cheaper than they do at the CVS. So you take advantage of these opportunities. But
I'm not a deodorant guy on the streets, but I will say there's a taco truck near the Target North Hollywood that has the best tacos I've ever had.
I think everybody has that, right? Yeah. We all have that. Oh, no. Don't go to the place the Times wrote about last week. There's this hole-in-the-wall little table that you can slide up to. There's one in the Fashion District that I hit up that is an unbelievable environment. But
I even said to the guy at Target, because I go there probably, I don't know, once a month or so. And I even said to the guy, I said, hey, buddy, I said, you should open up a place, and sell, really good food like this. And he looks at me, he opens his arms, he goes, this is it. I go, I know, but I mean, you could open up a restaurant and really have, and really become successful because your food is great. And he goes, you're looking at it.
Yeah, this is it. It's all the bricks and mortar I need. But that's one of the problems is that there are people who have made the investment in either paying rent at a place or buying a property, paying the property taxes, paying all of the expenses related to employing people, health insurance, and all the stuff the city and the county make them do. And then folks can just open up a folding table outside on the sidewalk, sell similar products or even different products, but interfere with traffic flow and maybe even discourage people from going there. So you're getting complaints from businesses. Here's what's happened. In LA, you were not allowed to set up a table just anywhere. There were no vending zones. That's what they were called. Near Dodger Stadium, Hollywood Boulevard are a couple of high-profile examples. And then a judge said, you're not allowed to enforce those anymore.
On public property.
Yeah, there was a lawsuit. So now the street vendors are allowed to be anywhere. And since that ruling, which we covered here at KFI, there have been more vendors popping up. And fewer of them properly permitted. So that means they're not paying the city to be where they're supposed to be. It's causing some friction with the regular vendors. And there's also, with the food people, some health concerns because even that guy that you go to at the Target, probably, if he's doing it right, has to have a health inspection of some sort.
Right, but I noticed that every guy who's at that taco truck at where the Target is, they all have shirts on that say Morongo or Vegas or Racetrack. They're all gamblers.
Yeah.
So they're gambling that they're not going to get sick or they might get sick, but that's part of the thrill.
Yeah, so they're guys like you, right? They're off-track betting guys who are a little hungry.
But you're gambling with everything in your life.
Exactly. It's all a risk. It's a roll of the dice.
Like when you go to Santa Anita, they have 150 handicap spots, and they're all taken. There's not 150 handicap guys in there. They're gambling that they're not going to get a ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gamblers.
Life is a gamble.
That's right. That's right. So what's going to happen with these guys?
So the gamble these guys are taking by not paying their permits or being somewhere that they're not supposed to be because it's already occupied, that could be cracked down upon. So the city council today voted to have a report. It's an action to take an action.
Horrible.
They love to do this. It's a report back, they like to call it. That's a government term. A report back from the department say, we want to make sure that the permitting process is more efficient. We want to make enforcement more efficient, but we also want to reach out to the vendors to make sure that they know what the rules are because it's getting really, and they're leaving a lot of trash. That was the other complaint.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
A lot of trash. MacArthur Park has been kind of destroyed. So these are some of the areas that folks have highlighted and saying we got to clean this up.
Plus, they get knocked off every once in a while. They get held up a lot.
I can't imagine selling. I don't know how you can set up and not have your wares sold because they do sell some good stuff.
Do you buy from them on the street?
All right, so I live in the fashion district, okay? Los Angeles Street is covered in street vendors in addition to all the regular vendors inside those buildings that sell the clothes and all the wares. And, like I said, deodorant, you can get it a few bucks cheaper. I might pop in there and see.
Right.
Tylenol, that sort of thing. It might be written in Spanish.
Okay, that's fine.
L Tylenol. Have you tried L Tylenol?
Right. But look, I think if you're going street vending to get your medication, I think you've got to loosen your wallet up more and get into a store.
Hey, I'm a gambler just like you, buddy.
All right. When we come back, you want to talk about street lights?
Yeah, it's dark out there.
And I have a bet with Crozier, and I'm not going to tell you which side I'm on. But can you identify what that is?
I can.
What is it?
Do you want to wait for the break, or are we doing
what
this?
is that?
This that I'm holding in my hand is a Wilson brand NFL football. Are you calling me some sort of homophobic remark? Is that what's happening here?
No, but I didn't think that...
I used to eat guys like you for dinner.
I will say that you know more about the racetrack than I do.
That is not true.
100%.
I grew up at Churchill Downs thanks to my drunken World War II veteran Papaw, who spent his pension there with me, picked me up from Catholic school, and that's where I do my homework. So, I learned a lot about hard living.
All right. Who did we ask yesterday about the Super Bowl and he couldn't identify? I think it was Richie. Richie said, we said, hey, who's playing the Super Bowl? And he said Kansas City.
He nailed it.
Right.
See?
He didn't get the other team.
Oh. Would you like me to guess?
But see, I bet you know sports.
I know generally most of the sports because of the news.
Okay.
But I'm also a fan. Give me college basketball. I'll wipe the floor with you.
Okay. Yeah. College basketball.
Kentucky.
In the Midwest, it rules.
Right.
Yeah. Who's in the Super Bowl?
The Eagles and the Chiefs.
Yes, ding dong, buddy.
How about that?
Look at you.
Yeah.
All right. Come back and we'll talk about streetlights. Okay.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
All right, Monks is with us. Michael Monks from Kentucky. Where are you from, Louisville?
Born in Louisville, 12 years in Louisville, and then Covington across from Cincinnati.
How many... I'd rather talk about how many Kentucky Derbies you went to as opposed to the streetlights.
Well, you know what? Obviously, we celebrated all of them.
Yes.
But it's a lot of people who love the Derby because of the festivities it is in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
We don't go to it.
Really?
Right? Like, you're not at Churchill Downs. That's a party for everybody else who's coming in.
Yeah.
And we're looking to swindle some cash out of them.
Okay.
Let you park in my yard for $25.
Right, and people get hotels as far as 150 miles away.
It's insane. You're not getting a hotel room. I mean, even at the Ramada by the airport, it's sold out.
I've never seen this before. The one time I went was 1982. I think it was Gata del Sol.
Yeah, it was.
Who won in 82. So I went there in 82, and we got there early. We got there on a Thursday. We're going to spend Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, and then go back on Sunday. And I started seeing these private jets come in. And they land on the just beyond the backstretch, and the private jet will come in, drop people off, and then there's too many private jets that are coming in, so they don't let them park there. They've got to go to Cleveland, Indianapolis, Chicago, St. Louis, and park there, and then come back and pick the people up.
It's a star-studded event, right? So a lot of people are traveling private, and Louisville's not a huge city. It's a big city. It's about 700,000 people in Louisville, greater Louisville. But, the airport's not LAX. It can't accommodate all that.
Yeah, but it is a beautiful, man. Just to be there for, the history of the Kentucky Derby And then the flag is up. There they go, and it's you get goosebumps,
especially when it's a beautiful day.
Yeah,
you know, when the sun is shining on your old Kentucky home, and, the buglers going. I mean, people not from Kentucky will tear up during the singing of My Old Kentucky Home when those horses are all for a race that is 2 minutes long.
I know, it is great though. It really is. It's a cool deal. If you've never been there, you've got to go. You've been to the Kentucky Derby, though.
I have gone, absolutely, yeah, and we would have a party every year, even in northern Kentucky.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. You know, you would.
How far were you from the track?
And when I lived in Louisville, my school, holy name, was 3 blocks.
No way.
Yeah, no, we grew up. You could hear the races while we were in school.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, the call to the post, you would hear it. I mean, this is a big part of your life.
So whoever owned that school, is it a Catholic school?
It was.
Okay. Then they're selling parking spots for $200.
Oh, the Catholics know how to get a few bucks out of you when something's rolling through.
We grew up Catholic. My mom was very, very Catholic. And I remember going to a church outside of northern Ohio. And there was I think it was the most northern tobacco field in America. And the whole city was tobacco. It was a small town. And my mom loved going to a new church and meeting new people. She enjoyed them. And then having a discussion about when life starts.
Yeah.
After with the priest.
Yeah.
And if the priest wasn't 100% on board at conception, there was going to be an argument.
I think the priest was probably on board.
Sometimes they weren't. And that got us kicked out of 2 parishes in L.A., yeah. St. Mel's we got kicked out of, and we got kicked out of Our Lady of Grace. We moved down to St. Cyril's. We got thrown out. My mom got us thrown out of 2 churches, 2 parishes here in the San Fernando
Because
Valley.
your mom was too conservative?
She didn't want anything, any noise at all about where life began other than the strictest definition of conception, period.
Yikes.
Period.
I got kicked out of Holy Name.
Oh, you did?
I was a bit of a punk.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. I was thrown out, but for a different reason out of Our Lady of Grace. It was kind of embarrassing. All right, let's get to the street lights here. Street lights are out where?
Oh, everywhere. I mean, all over the city, but especially in downtown LA and some of the northeast neighborhoods that are represented by newly elected Councilwoman Isabel Jurado, who replaced after defeating Kevin De Leon.
Okay.
And I live downtown. I mentioned this in the last segment. It is dark. I mean, the street, and especially this time of year, maybe a few weeks ago was when it was worse. You know, it gets dark so early.
Sure.
It is dark, because when the street lights are out and there are no cars driving, it is basically pitch black down there.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's scary. And it's scary for folks, whether there's anybody around or not, it gives you a sense of unease. And so finally, the city is thinking, maybe we should do something about this. And you maybe heard this term before, report back.
Okay.
You've heard of a report back?
Yeah, but why does this have to be a special thing? Why didn't like Burbank? I've never seen a street light out in Burbank. Not one.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of priorities. And I predict that based on the response to the fires, that you might be observing some shifts in priorities at LA City Hall. Because
I hope.
Well, I think a lot of people hope.
Right.
Because it has seemed rather unserious at times. You know, there's a lot of pet issues that don't improve people's quality of life, like being able to walk safely from the Macys down to your home on Los Angeles Street.
Right. That's a great Macys downtown.
It's going away, you know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's one of the ones closing this month, I think.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's where I got these clothes you made fun of.
Well, maybe it should close that. But I love that Macys.
Yeah, I do too.
It's like 4 or 5 stories in a beautiful brick building.
Yeah, I had a good cry in that Macys just before I moved here because I had lost my luggage. I lost the airplane, and I misplaced it, and it was just like everything's going horrible. And I had a bit of a breakdown in that Macys.
In that Macys?
Yeah, I'm not afraid to tell everyone.
Okay, I get it. But
in the shoe department.
How far do you live from that Macys?
7 blocks.
Oh, you can walk there?
Oh, yeah. I walked to Ralph's. I walked to Macys.
Man, you go for it down there. You know what I heard about downtown LA?
Yeah.
That a lot of people, there's a misconception of people downtown LA. The people who live in downtown LA, for the most part, are young people.
Young people, absolutely. And a lot of people like me who move from out of town. Now, I was well researched before I moved here. I knew what I was getting into.
Right.
But I think a lot of people think they're moving into a vibrant city life. And it does exist there, but it exists alongside these types of problems. A lot of homeless and a lot of mentally deranged homeless people who are right outside your door, a lot of trash, a lot of stink.
When you walk around at night, do you have a flashlight?
No.
You don't?
My personality glows.
Oh, all right. You're in trouble. When you walk around at night downtown, Will you go out at 2 a.m. and walk around?
Not really, and not because of fear, just because I've gotten older and I'm boring.
Do you feel safe walking around downtown?
Most of the time I do, but I'm a guy.
Okay.
From the mean streets of Covington, Kentucky, so I can throw a few punches.
Right.
I do carry a knife.
You do?
I carry a knife. I bought it after an incident on the Metro where I felt kind of scared.
Really?
Yeah.
Here in L.A.?
Here in L.A.
How soon after you got here did they try to roll you on the train?
It was probably 6 months in. I was headed down to Long Beach, and a guy was clearly out of his mind. It wasn't just annoying. It was actually, I was thinking, you know what? I'm scared of this guy because he's looking right at me. I'm the guy he's targeted on this thing. And if it goes down, look, he's going to bleed. I'm going to get a few scraps in, but I think that guy can take me.
Right.
So,
is that the blue line?
It was the blue line, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Now known as the A line.
Oh, they've changed it.
They were colors, and now they're letters.
Okay.
They want to make it as confusing as possible and as unappealing as possible.
That's great. Monks, thanks for coming in. Giant stud, where are you going for Super Bowl?
I'll be at home because, I'm here, and I like how quiet. I might even do my grocery shopping during the Super Bowl. Because
what's downtown? Ralph's?
Ralph's. We got Ralph's, Whole Foods. We got a Smart and Final.
Up until about 20 years ago, there was no market downtown. Not a single grocery store.
Yeah. We might see that happen again if it doesn't get its act together.
What do you miss most about the Midwest?
I miss Mom texting and telling me what's on the stove.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That's really it, though. Everybody else can go to hell.
Is your mom a good cook?
Yeah, she was 18 years old when she had me.
Oh,
okay,
right.
So she wasn't a good cook for most of my life, but she developed the skill over the period of time as we became a better family. She got good.
My wife's mother, so my mother-in-law, was 16 when she had my wife, and I'm 10 years older than my wife, and I'm 6 years younger than her mom.
Jeez.
So when we're driving around, her mom and I listen to the same music, and and my wife's like, "What's going on with you two?"
Well, fallback plan.
Mug, always nice to see you, buddy.
Likewise.
All right, take care of yourself. We'll see you after the big game.
Got it.
All right, there he goes. Michael Muggs. We're live on KFI AM 640.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.